think that's how I first got into Northern Soul, was mainly because of the relationship I had with my elder brother. So it was, I was, I suppose, we had a close relationship, but I was also quite influenced by him as well, and things that he was into at the time. So he was 3 years older than me, is 3 years older than me, but so I was quite young at the time. So I was still, as far as Northern Soul was concerned, I was 15, 16. So, and at that time I was coming up to the back end of it. So, excuse me. So we're looking at 1976, 1977, about those times. And it was music he was into at the time, and so therefore I naturally, it was the music he was listening to. So we shared a room, so I naturally followed him. I think the thing about the records was everybody had a collection. Everybody had their own collection, but again, you didn't always know who the DJs were at these days, because people would go to these events with record cases, and the whole point was that there was lots of you won't go to a dance now and exchange CDs or whatever, or memory cards or whatever. People took their cases with them, and people were buying and selling records at these events. I recall that in Mansfield we used to have the record shop in Mansfield was called Sid Booths. I think maybe once a month the owner had imports coming in from America, and so you get down there that morning. You knew the morning the imports were coming. So at the record shop we used to buy our music from, he'd get loads of imports, and sometimes he'd have records in packs of 7 inches, in packs of 10. So you'd have to buy the pack.
Yeah.
And you couldn't listen to them before you opened it. You had to buy the pack, and my pack of 10 could be different from that pack of 10, and his pack of 10, or if you bought 3 packs of 10, they're going to be different, or they may have the same record in some of the pack. Sometimes you get a hits record in there, or you may get or they may be just all you don't like, may like, not like it, but that's the gamble you took. I think that because I was young as well, whilst I was impressed, I was also, one of the things I think I did feel safe. I never felt that I was, because I was young, that I wasn't safe. I think the only thing that I just need to be careful of was, when I'm on the dance floor, is make sure that I find my space and I wasn't encroaching on the dancers' spaces, because I think that would peeve some people off if they weren't able to do the full range of their moves. So I just had to. I knew my place. Northern Soul has been almost owned by white people.
Yeah.
There was never a lot of black people there at you went to all days and all nighters. If you can think back to at the time, it was all very much music that was played or followed by people who were in towns more so than cities. And whilst there were black people in the north, they were spread out in small groups. So there was never wasn't really much coming together of black people en masse, whereas you did with Northern Soul at the time. So I think that's, and like I said, I think they were looking for something that's a bit more, something different, something new, something fresh, and probably they were marginalised and wanted something that they could claim as theirs.
Yeah,
it may even have been, may even be that, but it's something. It was big. It was big. But I was conscious at the time that it was mainly white people who were into music and not many black people there. Music is there for everybody. Music is made for everybody. Yes, there's different genres of music, but music is there for everybody.